morning, everybody. Welcome to the Dice Tower Board Game Breakfast. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm the podfather of gaming, Stephen Bonacore.
And I'm Tom Phillips.
Hey, Tom, welcome. Thanks for coming on the show. Tom, where are you from?
I am from sunny Lakeland, Florida, which is not on the coast of Florida. We're one of those few people that doesn't live on the beach.
Are you like on a... Well, I mean, we live where me and Z are. How far are we from the beach, Z? Like 3 miles? It's not very far.
No, we're about 40 minutes. We're right between Tampa and Orlando. We're in Gator country.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gator country is like half of Florida, so they're not really narrowing it down.
Fair enough, yes. But it would be about 45 minutes without traffic to get to Clearwater, which would be our closest beach. So we're Lake Wales, Florida, is in the geographic center of the peninsula, so we're pretty close to that.
I see. Well, folks, we want to say thank you to our sponsor. We have our sponsor, Bezier Games. Cat in a Box is one of their games we've been talking about a lot. I highly recommend you check this game out. It is a great trick-taking game. It is... it's a game that's like area control too, and all the cards are the same color, or are they? You don't know.
For the moment, they are.
A couple of announcements we want to say before we get started in today's show. First of all, I know we have audio problems because you have all loudly told us this many, many times. This is because of a juxtaposition of just technology. And mostly it's because we are doing this streaming and such. However, that's going to be fixed in the future, mostly because we're going to be doing breakfast live from the studio, and that will start in like 3 weeks or something like that. You'll see when it happens. So we know we're heading that way. We're building the new studio. They're painting it as we speak. So it is underway. Secondly, I had another announcement. What was it?
Contest?
No.
No contest.
Thank you, Bruce, for the happy birthday message. But that wasn't it.
Whose birthday is it?
Whose birthday?
Forget this
announcement.
Garbage.
Tom's birthday.
Whose birthday is it?
That's right. I'm 46. I'm getting closer to 50. So now I had another thing to talk about. We're not doing a show next week. That's what it is, because we'll be at Dice Tower Retreat. Very, very exciting for us. I know that y'all would love to be there. Maybe some of you will. In fact, Bruce, who just said happy birthday to me, will be there. So we'll have some videos going up during that time. So don't worry. There's things happening. You'll be able to watch stuff. But we won't have this live breakfast next week. Also, the Autumn Spectacular is coming up in a few weeks, and it's going to be fantastic. So we'll talk more about that as time goes by. Okay. With all that being said, yes, also, of course, Dice Tower Cruise, Dice Tower West are both open for registration. If you're like sad that you're not coming to the retreat, both of those are almost as good. I'm saying almost because retreat is the best, but they're both really close. Anyway, let's go to some contributors, and we'll be right back.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Today we are looking at Quest for El Dorado. This is a 2 to 4 player game by Rano Knizia. This is a deck building and race game where you're racing to get to the golden city of El Dorado.
Yeah, this is a great game, actually. This is a really nice... Oh, by the way, this is the Vincent Dutrait artwork version that we got from Finland. So sorry, anybody that's not got this version. Superb. So yeah, this is basically a variable board sort of setup where you can play like an easy route or a medium route or an expert route, and it's just basically these tiles that you lay out that create that route, and it's a hex map that you have to traverse over various over various land types. Yeah, basically two or three things you can do in a go. You can move your character by placing cards that have got those various movement points that you need to achieve the access through those various terrains, and then you can buy with your remaining cards
better
cards from the market, basically, and more cards become available throughout the game depending on how things are purchased, and that enables you to move further and buy more expensive cards that do better things and have special powers.
It's a good like Dominion style of deck building.
Very similar, yeah.
Better
It's basically
games.
4 cards in your hand at any given time that you're drawing back up to, and then you're just racing to be the first one there. Very simple, but plenty of
It's
plenty
like
of option to.
Dominion and Takar had a baby. And this is it.
That's
for
true.
me.
Yeah, which is a good thing for me, not necessarily so much for you. But, really nice game, and it plays really quickly as well. Very simple to play.
Good. I like the fact that you've got to build up your cards and get better cards. And the cards are all themed as well, which I really like.
Yeah, again, that's very helpful, and the artwork's really nice. So all of that kind of, and the presence on the table, it is quite a table hog because the sort of map sprawls off across the table. But a fabulous game. We really recommend this one. If you've not played it, give it a try.
Yes.
Quest for El Dorado. Check out our full review on our channel, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
This is a segment where we take a look at a board game based on an IP, and I tell you if the IP and the mechanisms match. Today we're looking at Star Wars Escape from the Death Star. To play Escape from the Death Star is very easy. You have one set that's Luke and Leia, one to be Han and Chewie. You put them on that spot. Then you can spin the spinner and you move that many spaces, but you cannot split movement between the two different characters. If you land on a blue space, you'll flip over a force card, read it, and do what it says, which will usually move you around the board. If you get to the tractor beam and control room, you'll get the cards for those locations. Once you have a set of both cards and both your characters reach the Millennium Falcon, then you can go through the dogfight. If you go up here on a space with this, with a TIE Fighter, you spin the spinner. If it lands on lose, you go all the way back to Millennium Falcon and lose your turn. If you win, you can move another space. If you enter a space without a TIE Fighter, your turn ends. That's it. But you can move more quickly by having these dogfights. If you reach all the way to Rebel base on one turn, then you are able to win the game and be crowned the champion. So obviously this is a game based on the first movie released around the time of the first movie. So it's going to very strictly stick to that script, and I think it does a fairly good job of that. It's a little odd that like I'm Luke and Leia and Han and Chewie, and so are you, and so are you, and so are you. Like, that's bizarre. And how we're racing through this. I do like the dogfight at the end, even though it's just a spin and move. It's a product of its time. It is neat that it has a different aspects, like the trash compactor and etc. And then the dogfight at the end. They kind of implement that into the game. Remember, this is a reissue of a game from when the movie was released. So it doesn't have any of the modern takings of what games will have today. So it's a little boring. It's a little simple, but it's intended to be a children's game. Sure, it's not a very good one, but does it stick with the IP? Yeah, I mean, it really does. Other than we're controlling multiple characters, but they're different people, which is very odd. The storyline that's going on through the game, if I can call it that, is consistent with the movie, and it kind of fits that in. This is not a game I can easily recommend, but this segment is about, does the IP and the mechanisms match? Enough, especially that dogfight when you're trying to spin a spinner to see if you win and lose. That is kind of fun. So, for me, not a very good game, but the IP and the mechanisms do click on some level.
All right, folks, welcome back. So a couple things. First of all, good news. There's a contest. This is a contest for Werewords Deluxe. Werewords Deluxe. This is from Bezier Games, who has made both Cat in a Box and Sink or Swim. Anyway, if you want to win a copy of this game, all you need to do is email us to get Ultimate Werewords. Email us at contest@dicetower.com. In the subject line, put the word fortune teller, or the words, I suppose it's 2 words, fortune teller. And you need to answer the question, how many word lists are there in the app for Werewords? So when you go online, there's an app, they have a certain number of word lists you can pick, like the easy words or hard words. I just told you that there's at least 2. How many are there? How many word lists are there? And you can possibly win.
It's under
before we start the
1
game
million.
show, Tom, you mentioned where you were from, but you didn't tell us your favorite game, which is something we always ask.
Oh, my favorite game is Rising Sun by the master Eric Lang. I absolutely love it. It's fantastic at higher player counts, and I just love the controlled chaos. It's all of his games. I just love that you can plan out this thing, and then somebody betrays you or somebody takes a move that is less than optimal, and it just throws you into fits. It's my favorite game to play with higher player counts, because no matter whatever you've planned, it's probably not going to happen.
All right.
So every game for me.
So
You slide the comments over so I can see them. All right. We're going to play a game here, folks, today, which is based on a game designed by Richard Garfield, Half Truths. I should say based on it. It is that game. So I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I'm going to give you 6 answers. 3 of those answers are correct. 3 of them are incorrect. You're going to write down your guesses because you can guess the same things. That's fine. And you can guess 1, 2, or 3. But if you get any of your guesses wrong, you get no points. If you guess only one thing and you're right, you get a point. If you guess 2 things and they're both right, you get 3 points. And if you guess all 3 things right and you get them, you get 6 points. Also, if you get 0 points, you give the people 2 points. Because
the people again, every time it's, the people. They do nothing to earn those points, Tom.
They listen to the show.
Strongly. That is sacrificial, so okay.
Sacrificial?
All righty. So here we go. Our first category. 100 years ago, I was thinking about birthdays for some reason. 100 years ago, people born in 1922. So I have 6 people. 3 of these people were born in 1922. Okay, you ready? Here are the 6 people. Judy Garland, star of Wizard of Oz. Johnny Cash. John Williams, famous composer. Alan Turing, the computer guy. Betty White, and Christopher Lee, also known as Saruman. And many, 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 many other things. So we have Judy Garland, Johnny Cash, John Williams, Alan Turing, Betty White, and Christopher Lee. 3 of these people were born 100 years ago in 1922.
Wow.
You can write down 1, 2, or 3 answers. I'll give you some time to do this, and your time's up. No, I'm kidding. You have a little bit more.
This is hard.
This is tough.
Oh, wow. Are they all going to be this hard, Tom?
No. No, they're not all going to be this hard. But some of them will be.
I appreciate you gave the context of who some of these people played because I wouldn't have known them by the name. So
really?
Okay,
These are famous.
Judy Garland is the girl from Wizard of Oz. Johnny Cash is he sang a song in prison.
Many great songs. You know, like they're all born like very close to the same time too. So it's wow.
Well, I try not to be too much of a jerk. Like they're not born in 1923, the wrong ones. So
seems like they're pretty close.
I'll tell you even farther. They're 10 years off.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
I can see
either 32 or 12.
Oh.
Wow, that's a lot of info, Tom.
Thank you.
Still don't have a clue, but that's pretty interesting. So, no.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. We're going to start with Z. What did you guess? How many?
I'm going to 2. My bets are, my guesses here are Betty White and Christopher Lee.
All right. Mr. Bonacore, what did you guess?
I went easy and I bet 1, and I'm pretty sure she's correct. I got Betty White.
All right. And Tom?
I guessed 2, and I went with Garland and White.
All right. I have bad news for the people. You got nothing. Because the 3 answers were Judy Garland, Betty White, and Christopher Lee.
The guesses I was going to say.
Were both born in 1932. John Williams is still composing music. Actually, he's retiring after Indiana Jones 4 at 90 years old. And Alan Turing was born in 1912. 1912.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Gotcha.
All right, that's a good start. Good start. So Tom has 3, Z has 3, and Mr. Bonacore has 1. All right. Let's do our one and only question about board games. Which of these 6 games is in the top ranked 1,000 games at Board Game Geek? All right, so these are 6 games. 3 of them are in the top 1,000, and 3 are not.
Okay.
So here are the games. Star Trek Catan, Tussie Mussy, which is a little card game from Elizabeth Hargrave. Cat Lady, a card collection game from AEG. Cottage Garden, a polyomino game. Netrunner, and I want to be clear, this is the original Netrunner, not Android Netrunner, but the original one designed by Richard Garfield in 1995. And The Game, which is called The Game, because the person who published it and named it hate everybody. So we have Star Trek Catan, Tussie Mussy, Cat Lady, Cottage Garden, Netrunner, and The Game. And these rankings are as of September 8th, 2022.
September 8th. That's somebody's birthday.
Oh, you're right. Comments corrected me. Indiana Jones 5, not Indiana Jones 4. Sorry.
No, it's 5. Okay. Did you see that Crystal Skull nonsense? It's 5.
I don't hate the Crystal Skull as much as most people do. Because people are like, oh, the refrigerator and blah, blah, blah. Like, also, like 80% of everything that happened in the other movies is impossible.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't have access to those things. I have access to a refrigerator. You know how many people have died trying to recreate that scene? A lot of people.
Really?
No.
Well, I do know that in the 20s or 30s, there was a big thing about refrigerators having to be able to be pushed open from the inside.
Is that really? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Mr. Monaco, you're first.
Well done.
Okay. I went with Netrunner and Cottage Garden because I published it. Okay. And I don't know if it did make the top 1,000. I think it did.
All right, Tom.
All right, I went Catan and Netrunner.
All right. And Z.
I did the same ones that Steven did. I did Netrunner and Cottage Garden.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Was it a trap, Tom? It's a trap.
Well, actually, the highest rated game here at 927 is Cat Lady.
Wow.
Then at 939, Cottage Garden.
Yes.
And then at 999, Netrunner.
Yes!
The
That's
game was ranked 1,118. Tussie, Star Trek Catan, 1,232, and Tussie Mussy, surprisingly, 1,239. So, Tom, unfortunately, you got 0. So, Tom, your score is now 3. Z, you have 6. Mr. Bonacker has 4. And the people have 2. So, again, that's Tom has 3, Z 6, Steven 4, and the people 2.
And the game is over, right? And I triumph. I emerge victorious.
Take it easy. Take it easy, yo.
I demand.
Let's talk about animals here.
Okay.
I have 6 animals. Which of these animals are poisonous or venomous? I know that there's a difference between the two. I don't care. That does not mean they're necessarily poisonous or venomous to humans, but they have poison or venom. It's part of their body makeup. So here are the 6 animals. We have the duck-billed platypus, the rattlesnake, the king snake, the blue-ringed octopus, jumping spiders, and the Tasmanian devil. So we have the duck-billed platypus, rattlesnake, king snake, the blue-ringed octopus, jumping spiders, and Tasmanian devil. Feel like this one's not as hard as the other 2, maybe.
All right.
That was quick. Quick. You know your poisons. Where is the poison? It's in the pestle. It's in the vessel with the pestle.
Vessel with the pestle is the brew that is true. And I don't know. It's a great movie.
Right, the pestle and the vessel is the brew that is true. And the blah, 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 blah.
Man.
Okay.
Struggling with this one. I want to go big to try to catch up to Z, but
I know my poisonous creatures.
Actually, it's the pellet with the poisons and the vessel with the pestle. The chalice from the palace has the brew that is true.
Well, there we go.
What is that?
Bless you.
You made Bonacore sneeze. What is that from?
That's from the court jester from the amazing Danny Kaye.
Danny Kaye, unbelievable movie. I can't recommend that movie enough.
Danny Kaye?
Normal.
Okay.
Danny Kaye is he was not as well known as like Bing Crosby and the other guys. I think he's the funniest of that group, though.
He was amazing.
Okay.
Kind of a.
All right.
Okay.
Let's start with Tom. What do you got for poison animals?
Hey,
Okay.
we got somebody else here.
And Keith.
Yes.
Hey,
Keith
Keith.
is here. My ringer is here. But I'm going to go with poisonous. Keith, we're behind. I'm going to go with rattlesnake and jumping spider.
All right. Z.
I'm going easy on this one. I only picked one because I am in the lead, so I'm going to play it safe. And I went with rattlesnake. I'm pretty sure the rattlesnake is poisonous.
So
All right, Mr. Bonacore.
your playing it safe is going to cost you here because I think I got all three.
Really?
I got rattlesnake, blue-ringed octopus, and the jumping spider.
I was going to go with the blue ring. I didn't say it. I didn't have the bravery.
Let's see.
All right.
Jumping spider
So
is
the poisonous animals are, yes, rattlesnake is correct. It is a poisonous animal. The blue-ringed octopus also poisonous. And then the third one that's poisonous, two small rodents and other things that it eats, the duck-billed platypus.
I could have given you that. I knew
Snake
that
is
one.
not a poisonous snake. Jumping spiders are not poisonous, and the Tasmanian devil I just threw in there because I felt like it. Not poisonous.
All right, we're
So
gonna-
the people now have 6 points. Congratulations, people. Tom still has 3. Mr. Bonacore still has 4. And Z, you played it safe and it worked. You're up to 7.
Oh,
All right.
sad.
All right, it's my birthday, so today I'm going to be eating super healthy. That's a lie. But let's talk about health with fruit. So which of these 3, there's 6 fruits I'm going to list. 3 of them have more than 50 calories. The other 3 have less than 50 calories. So you're trying to pick the 3 that are less, the healthiest of the fruits. Okay? So here are the 6 fruits. We have banana, kiwi, grapefruit, plantain, peach, and cantaloupe. We have banana, kiwi, grapefruit, plantain, peach, and cantaloupe. Which are the 3 that have the least calories?
Are you talking about the whole fruit?
Yeah,
Some
wait a
of these
sec-
are
yeah,
very
it's-
different sizes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I looked it up. So
the whole fruit.
I looked it
the
up.
fruit.
I disbelieve this illusion. Come on, you did. Some of these are.
Answers now. Don't argue with the person in charge of the show.
I mean, come on. You couldn't throw in a Snickers bar or something in this?
Tom, what was number 6? What was
Terrible.
fruit number 6?
Cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe.
No, sorry.
I think this is one serving. I don't know. Is this?
Okay, let me
Fine,
see.
then it's a
This is
serving.
gonna-
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't. But that's a big. Oh.
Right.
Oh,
All right.
I don't know.
All right.
Now I'm like I'm all upset here.
Don't be upset.
Now I want a snack.
I'm hungry.
Snickers bar.
I gotta
Why does hearing these words make you want a snack? Or is it because Bonacore's yelling Snickers bar?
Yeah.
I believe Z was yelling it.
It's his birthday. We'll let anything slide today. I'm ready. I got it. I nailed this one. If I know
All right,
one
Mr.
thing,
Bonacore?
it's calories.
All right. I didn't rewrite it, but I wrote it on here. I'm gonna have to go big. Go big or go home.
Go big, pick 4.
I like this guy. I'm gonna go kiwi, grapefruit, and plantain.
Okay. Tom and Keith.
Go ahead.
We're picking kiwi and grapefruit and peach.
Oh, going for all
All
of
right.
them.
Z.
And I did kiwi and grapefruit. And then I stopped.
You were smarter.
I wasn't sure. I would have said maybe cantaloupe. Enormous. I mean,
Tom, what
It's
were your 3
gotta
picks?
have-
I mean, Keith, what were your 3 picks again?
Kiwi, grapefruit, and peach.
All right. All right. The highest calorie of all of these, by far is a plantain with 116 calories.
Oof.
The second highest, banana with 89. And then the third highest with 61 calories, kiwi.
Oh.
It's grapefruit, cantaloupe, and peach. So no one got points. So, I'm sorry. Let's give 6 points to the people who are now in first place with 12.
Yes, people. I'm a man of the people. Yeah. I'm rooting for the people.
Yeah, I'm a secret agent for the people. Sorry.
Now, we're going to talk about population of cities. But I want to be clear that this is the city proper, because there's two ways to measure cities, which is the city proper and then the larger metro area around them. So this is the city proper. And 3 of these cities are over 15 million. The other 3 are less than 15 million. Okay, so here are the 6 cities. New York City, Istanbul, which, by the way, was once Constantinople, Mumbai, Moscow, Mexico City, and Seoul, South Korea. So we have New York, USA, Istanbul, Turkey, Mumbai, India, Moscow, Russia, Mexico City, where's that one? No, it doesn't matter. And Seoul, South Korea.
This is the city itself, over 15 million people.
Yes, and all of these are in the millions. Okay, so it's not like any of these cities are small.
Sure. You want us to pick the 3 big ones?
All right.
The biggest ones.
By the way, the biggest city in the world, which is not on this list, is Tokyo, which wins both ways. It's the biggest city, and it's, when you add the area around it, it's also the biggest.
In population. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
It's also the most expensive, I think.
It's up there. I did not know that.
All right, let's see who went first last time.
Wait, give me one more second.
Hold on.
Yeah, one more second. I'm going big.
Oh yeah, this is Bonacore going to be going first. Going big, huh?
I gotta go big.
The people are going to end this game with like 50 points.
Yeah, I know. I gotta try. Okay.
Oof. Okay.
Ready.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Bonacore, you're first. What do you got?
I've got Mexico City, Mumbai, and Istanbul.
All right. Tom Keith.
We're going to go New York City and Mumbai. We're just going with 2.
Not close on New York.
That's what that's exactly what I did too.
He's originally from New York, so if we get this wrong, he's definitely an agent for the people.
Born and raised in New York, and it's not a 15 million city population city.
All right, the smallest
of
these
that was
6
back
cities.
In the 1800s. There's new people there now.
The smallest of these 6 cities, which is actually much larger when you include the surrounding, is Seoul with 9.9 million. The second smallest is Moscow with 12.4 million. And then Istanbul, 14.7.
This is incorrect data you have. Incorrect data.
Okay, sure. Look up and prove me wrong later. Over 15 million, we have New York, 18.8.
It's not true.
Mumbai, 19.9, and Mexico City, 21.5.
Yeah. You have absolutely incorrect data there, but can't argue with the cards in Trivial Pursuit or Tom Vassell.
4 points for Mr. Bonacore, 6 points for Tom Keith, 10 points for Z, and 14 points for the people.
Catch up.
All right.
There.
That was a travesty.
Yeah. Can we all agree that New York's better than Chicago deep dish pizza, though?
We can definitely agree that New York pizza is better than Chicago.
100% on that.
Great stuff.
People have 14 points. All right.
All right, let's do it. Give me another one.
Jumping to, where are we? Movies. Okay, this one we're gonna argue over a lot at the end, but I don't care. Movies where you don't see anyone die. No. Now for example, let's say a car crashes off screen and everyone in that car blows up, then that doesn't count because you didn't see the people die. All right, so you see a death in these movies.
see a person dying, not just emphatically know that people there died. Okay.
Fine. We want the 3 movies where you don't see someone dying.
Oh, you're gonna argue. You're gonna argue over this no matter what I pick here. All right, here we go.
By the way, this is the official number for New York City.
Here are the 6 movies. Ready? We have Forrest Gump, The Incredibles, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Superman, and First Blood. That's the first Rambo movie. Mm-hmm. Forrest Gump, Incredibles, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Superman, and First Blood.
Wow.
And yes, this is a trick question.
Sure. Yeah. Forrest Gump, The Incredibles, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, First Blood. What was the other one?
Oh, wait, no.
No, it's this.
No.
Just make sure I get it. We have.
All right. I mean, it might be this, but
yeah. Tom, what did you say? So, can you repeat these?
Forrest Gump, Incredibles, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Superman. This is the original Superman with not the original, but the Christopher Reeves, Superman 1, and First Blood.
And we want movies where we don't physically see someone die.
Or you do.
You do or don't?
Or you don't.
Want the movies where you don't see people die.
What kind of garbage movies are those? No, okay.
Okay, fine. That's terrible.
Do we see people in the forest?
I don't know. I'm just.
Oh, no. That is a trick question. That is a trick question.
Yeah, but
I told you it's a trick question. I'm not trying to be coy here.
I still say go safe.
No. We go safe. This is okay. I like it.
I don't know. Come on, Vassal.
If we get 2 points, they're only going to get the public's only going to get 1 point from Tom. So
this is not fair. There's 2 clearly smart gentlemen working together.
Oh, he was at a disadvantage before.
I mean, Bonacore can't let this New York thing go. But it's time for another cup of coffee.
Right there. That's the official answer to the population of New York City, not the metropolis around it.
All right, let's move on. Here we go. Okay. Tom and Keith, you're first.
We're just going to say Ghostbusters and Back to the Future.
All right. Z?
I'm just saying Back to the Future. I have no idea.
Okay. Mr. Bonacore?
The Incredibles, Back to the Future, and because it's a trick question, First Blood.
All right.
I have no idea. That's crazy if that's the case, but.
Well, Forrest Gump, I believe, let's see, you see Jenny die, you see Bubba die, you see his mom die. Anyway, The Incredibles, there's a whole montage of people dying from their capes getting sucked into stuff.
They don't die.
No, they die.
Yeah, but they're not people, they're animated.
That's right.
That's not the trick. Ghostbusters, there are no deaths on screen. Yes, you see things fall and buildings, but who knows? Back to the Future, Doc was wearing a vest, so he didn't die. Superman reversed time, so no one died in that movie either. And First Blood, the guy fell out of the helicopter and died.
Margot Kidder did die, but then was reborn when he reversed time. So she technically died.
No. He reversed time. She wasn't reborn. It never happened.
It never happened.
But we didn't say Superman anyway. But that's right.
All right. So Tom Keith have 9 points now. Z has 11 points, and Mr. Bonacore still has 4.
Yeah. So the people are up to 16
not a good game for me apparently.
Now. I mean,
and the people are 16. Yes.
So they're unbeatable, Tom.
All right. Last question is a money question. Okay. According to the average amount that people make in America. Okay, so this is the average wage earnings. Which of these jobs makes more than $50,000? Okay, so if you go online, I looked it up, and these are stats from the year 2022. These jobs, 3 of them make more than $50,000. 3 of them make less than $50,000. You're trying to pick the ones that make more than $50,000. Okay.
New York jobs?
So the first is a flavorist. A flavorist is the guy who helps put together flavors for different companies, like whatever they are.
It's a job?
It's a job.
I'll take that one.
Is a voiceover artist. A voiceover artist. Third, a toy designer. Fourth, a marriage therapist. Fifth, a museum technician. And sixth, a news analyst.
What was that fifth one?
So we have flavorist, voiceover artist, toy designer, marriage therapist, museum technician, and news analyst.
Are we looking for under or over?
Tom, you want our answers of under 50. They make under 50.
No, I want the answers that are over 50. We want to have the good jobs.
So,
Tom, I'm sorry. I still don't understand the fifth one. Museum technician?
Yeah, they go around and they work on the technology in museums.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, I think that might be pretty tough.
No, I think
Pretty high paid. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. I like that. Yeah. Let's go big.
although this might be here because of. Oh my gosh. It's one of these two.
Yeah.
But we know it's this one and we know it's that one.
Okay, here we go.
Let's take the two.
Flavorist all the way, baby.
All right, here we go.
Okay. What's this one say?
Let's see. Z, you're going to be going first. What do you got?
I've got museum technician, because I assume there's not that many of those people, so the average is probably spread across not too many of them. And then, of course, marriage therapist, because, yeah, people will pay a lot for that. So those two have got to be locks.
All right, Mr. Bonacore.
I took neither of those.
What's wrong with you? If you said flavorist.
I said flavorist, obviously a very highly paid job where you need to have a great palate. I want this job. Voiceover artist and news analyst.
Okay.
We went with flavorist and marriage counselor.
All righty. So first of all, I looked it up and I said it backwards in the question, so I will give Mr. Bonacore. He is correct on that. So unfortunately, we're going to have to declare that question null and void. No one gets any points at all.
What?
The
Look at that. Listen to that. The internet is rebelling because you had to cancel that question.
Yeah.
Something's
I'm
happening.
sorry.
The fire department is on its way because apparently Bonacore knew something about New York and you did.
Unfortunately, Mr. Bonacore, with me throwing that question out, you still can't win the game. All right, so here are the jobs from cheapest, the cheapest person paying you to the highest. Well, we'll start with the highest, actually, and go down. The highest paid job, $78,000 a year average, is a toy designer. So,
What?
There you go.
What?
Second highest, voiceover artist with $66,000, and third highest, a flavorist with $60,000. Marriage therapists get on average $49,000. Museum technicians, $43,000, and news analysts, $46,000. So unfortunately, no one got points there at all. So
Come on.
the people get 20, or they're at 22, I guess. Sorry, 22. But of the ones that matter, Z, you won.
I did?
9 points.
No.
9 points total. I'm sorry, 10 points total. Sorry,
Wait,
10.
what do you mean the people won?
I'm taking his
22
point away. I'm taking his point away for that city question, Roy. And then Bonacore has 4, and Tom Keith have 6.
I won.
Yeah, I take their points away.
It feels like a cheap win, but you know what? I'm going to celebrate by becoming a flavorist.
We will happily accept second place, and my son just started his museum studies degree 2 weeks ago, so I'm going to have to call him and tell him to change his major based on the pay.
Well,
There
that's
you go.
a technician. It doesn't say the museum curator. That's a different job. Hey, 43 is good if you live like in Alabama or something. Alrighty. Thanks so much, everybody, for playing. And it's my birthday, so I'm right on all my other stuff. Let's move on.
Hey everybody, Ron here. I'm back with another affordable board game. Today, I'm going to talk about The Crew. The Crew is a game designed by Thomas Singh, published by Cosmos Games, plays 3 to 5 players, ages 10 and up, with a 20-minute playtime and a $15 MSRP. Complete deep-sea missions in this quick cooperative trick-taking games. In this game, you have a deck of 40 cards. 36 of those cards will be numbered 1 through 9 in 4 suits. There will be 4 trump cards numbered 1 through 4. So in this game, you'll split the cards as evenly as possible. Then the person with the 4 trump is your captain. Starting with the captain, you will decide if you can or cannot take on missions. For example, some missions would say, take more yellow cards than green cards, or I will win the first trick, or I will win the last trick. You will choose these missions based on the number of players and level of complexity of the mission. And before the first trick, or before any trick in the round, players will have the opportunity to communicate about one card in their hand. Top of card is highest card in the suit, middle is the only card, and bottom is the lowest. This is the only communication about the game you can make. And then starting with the captain, you'll play a normal trick-taking game. And the thing about this game is that trick-taking games are normally competitive, but just being cooperative just really turns this concept on its head. With the big puzzle aspect of it, makes it a real challenge and a whole lot of fun. And I really enjoy this game. You folks should really check this one out. I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite games of the year. And that was The Crew. I hope you folks enjoy. And until next time, see you later.
Assalamu alaikum. One of the things that Carcassonne community never fails to surprise me with is how many variants they can cook up with by themselves. And one such user is Kevin, who has made so many variants from the standard tiles of the game that you don't need any expansion, and you can find so many variants that he has made using many other components that you can use, which might be just cubes or other stuff lying around your house, coins and other things, and that's all you need to actually play his variants. Now, he has also compiled all his variants into one file, which is called the Kevin's Carcassonne variants. These are around 11 or 12 variants that are available in one single file. You can print them and try them out. So that will give you 12 additional games, which each game having a different kind of feeling. Of course, if you have components from other expansions of Carcassonne, then you can use those components, but you can alternate those components as well. So these variants can have things like assassins, traders, your trading posts. So for example, if you can connect 2 cities with trading posts connected via road, then they can trade with each other, and that increases the points. Things like that. And there are so many variants and so many interesting variants that you have to you can play with. So if you are interested in that, get that file from the BGG file section. It's called Kevin's Carcassonne variants. That's it for me. Happy gaming.
Let's take a look at the news. So first of all, I got a press release from Meeple Design. They're doing a partnership with City of Games as authorized partner to make posters for their games. You can see some of the posters here: Isle of Cats, Valdorian Gardens, and the City of Kings. Did I say City of Cats? I meant Isle of Cats. They already are working with, I think, Tabletop Tycoon. So this is interesting to me because this is something I have been like wishing companies would do for years. The only board game posters that exist currently are Kickstarter stretch goals or whatever, and Board Game Geek sells some. Like they'll take a board game and have a different artist do it. That's not the case here. I don't know who the artist is doing these, but they're all, it looks like it's the same artist across the board. But I would love to see more posters of board game art, like movie posters.
I just don't think there's a big market for it. I mean, people have talked about like, hey, why don't you do T-shirts for this? Why don't you do? The market is so much smaller than the market for the game that it's not an economic sense to make it. Maybe with, one portal, quote unquote, to do that, maybe it'll work.
Right, that's what I'm thinking too. Right, I agree. The market's not huge, but one portal where companies go to and they, they're getting licensed and all, so they get a small portion of it. I think that would work really well, actually.
That's what that's why Board Game Geek kind of does it, and it does work, and they keep putting out series of these things because they're the portal, right? And anytime they do like the Geek Up bits and things, like they're the portal for all these great games that benefit from having cool bits in them, right? The Quacks bits, everybody owns those because they just make the game so much more interesting. I don't know if this is going to work. I wish them the best. 3 that we're seeing here.
All right, moving on to Pictures. Pictures has an expansion coming out here called Xmas. So I'm actually, has new cards and 2 new materials. One's a Christmas table setting, and the other is feeling some items. I've seen some weird expansions for Pictures. I saw one, I didn't know what was in the box. It was called Pictures Orange. I didn't know if you were making a picture out of an orange peel or something. No, I mean, I'm not kidding. I don't know what, like, Pictures is not, I could see them having more pictures for the game, but more things to make the pictures out of. This is still a weird one to me. I don't get why this game is popular. I've seen it in person. I brought it to a gathering of people who weren't like heavy gamers. And I was like, and I played, I was like, I hate this. And everyone around me was like, this is amazing. So
I thought you actually liked it, because didn't we played this, I think, in the studio once for one of the marathons.
Well, maybe I was pretending to like it. I definitely do not like Pictures.
Okay.
I find it to be okay. You're like, here's some constructive things. Make a picture. Make some picture out of these cubes. Okay, fine. I don't know. I just don't find it that interesting. But it did win the Spiel des Jahres, so it's very popular.
I think it's okay. It's cool. Cute.
All right. The next game is definitely not trying to leech off the success of Point Salad. Vegetable stock, which sounds like something you pour into your soup. It was originally called Small Farmer. This is coming from Good Game Studio. Man, how many adjective game studios are there? We got good games, horrible games. There's terrible games. There's I don't know.
Sure, there's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot.
Anyhow, this is coming to Essen Spiel. All right. If you want to see a bunch of people all trying to grab a flag at the same time, we have a game from Z-Man called Challengers. It was originally called Underdogs, but they changed the name to Challengers. You have a sports team that you're creating from 300 different cards. Anything you can think of. All the stuff on this cover. Also, the Kraken, a gangster, a cat. Anyway, there's 75 different characters. There's 40 different effects, and you reveal them one at a time. So it sounds like almost a game of war. Or actually, you know what it reminds me of is that hockey game. What was that hockey game from Columbia Games called? Face Off.
It looks like they're literally doing a capture the flag thing.
Yeah.
Is that what the premise is?
I think so.
I go on record as saying this is kind of odd. Kind of odd.
Oh, I didn't know we were going on record. Okay.
On record. Odd.
I got to say, for me, if I was any of these people there and I see a T-Rex coming in, you know what? You can have the flag. You win.
I wonder, I mean, you like this sort of mixing and matching up all sorts of weird things, Tom. You tend to like that more than,
I do. And I'm hoping I like this a lot. Yeah.
I'm curious. This is, if it didn't say Z-Man in the corner, I'll tell you, and I looked at this cover, I would write this off immediately. I'll say that. I think, unfortunately, this cover is very off-writable. But I'll see what made them want to publish this once it comes around, because there's got to be something there.
I agree with that.
All right. Okay, so if I want to know what to think about a board game,
yes,
I check out Board Game Geek. If I want to know what to think about movies, I go to Rotten Tomatoes. And Cryptozoic is releasing Rotten Tomatoes, the card game. So you are arranging movie cards by their tomato meter scores, and then you read out the details of a movie, leaving out the score, and you try to guess the rank. So it sounds a little bit like Timeline for movies.
Yep.
That's
I
not
guess so.
bad, actually.
That's not
I would
bad.
play that.
I think my only beef with this is movie scores on Rotten Tomatoes can change. This is not like what year was Judy Garland born. That's not going to change. Movies.
Well, no, but they don't change tremendously, Z, after like the year they come out. They don't really go up or down. The audience ones might, but not the critics. Those pretty much stay the same.
They might change. It's possible. I could go back if I was a certified reviewer. If I was a certified reviewer on Rotten Tomatoes, I could go back and give a rating to an old movie, I'm pretty sure, and then it would count. And it might change it, you know.
So this is what's going to happen. Z's going to become a certified reviewer. He's going to go back and rate stuff, then play this game and complain the whole time. Be like, no, look it up. Look, it's higher than that. Some other reviewer came in and changed stuff.
Yes, that sounds like my lifelong goal now.
My initial reaction to this was very negative, but once I read the description, I thought I would play that. Actually, I think it sounds fun.
I mean, I think this is like every game that we play on the game shows on this show. They just, you know, which are all fun. This is here's a movie. What is its score? I was really like, I don't know that this game is going to be interesting. This does not look like something for me.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do when this comes out. I'm going to grab it, and anytime I don't have the mental fortitude to come up with a game for this,
there you go.
I'm using Rotten Tomatoes, the card game.
I already have it, and I'm already doing it. That's not true. All right. Next, we have Match of the Century. This is coming from a company called Deep Print Games. The designer of this game is Paul Lamori, who designed Libertalia, Ethnos, and many other games. It's based on the 1972 chess match where Bobby Fischer beat Boris Spassky to win the World Chess Championship. So it's an asymmetrical two-player card game, the second game based on chess that's not chess in the last year and a half. I like how I like that cover for some reason. Looks cool, and I like Paul Lamori, so I have high hopes for this.
Yeah, this looks to be in the same line as like the what is it, Watergate?
Yes, it really does.
I'm just gonna say again, this is kind of an very odd idea for a game. I agree with everything you said, Paul Lamori. I could see what's going on here, but the theme is a very famous chess match from '72, Fischer, Spassky, but a card game based on the match? Yeah, I find that very weird.
You're thinking of it. No, you're thinking of it in an alternate way, because if it's based on, like Z just mentioned, Watergate, that's based on someone interviewing somebody else. There are games based on sports games. They don't have to be the sport. This is based on a chess match. It doesn't have to be chess. So it's just a back and forth card game.
Okay, and what are we doing in the card game if it's based on the chess match? Reporting on it? It seems like a thematic disconnect. I want to see it because of the designer's kudos, you know, his what he's done already. But I find it weird. I know of this chess match quite well, and now a card game based on it. Can't wait to see what this is about.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. This looks cool.
All right, the next one, I love the title of this game from Lotte Palette, called All Roads. Then there's a bunch of signs there that show Rome. I don't know. I like that kind of, you don't need the whole phrase, just all roads. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's a tile laying game. This is coming out at Essen this year. The only thing is that cover, me and Mike were talking about earlier today, looks like one of the German covers from the aughts and 90s.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. But it also does look like a modern, maybe Italian or maybe French cover. So they're a little more cartoony, a little more whimsical. It's sort of a silly cover, and I think this company's from Finland, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a cool looking cover. There's not a lot of information about what the game might be like, but based on the cover, the inherent humor of it and that character sort of confounded there, I would definitely give this a go. This looks neat.
Yeah. I actually played the prototype of this, and it's very Carcassonne-esque. I liked it. We did not end up doing it with Lauta Pellet, but it is definitely an interesting game. If you like Carcassonne, I think this is the kind of game you would like.
All right.
All right, this next game proves to me that Santa Claus and St. Patrick are apparently the same person. So we have St. Patrick here from Matago, who apparently walks around with a four-leaf clover. I did not know St. Patrick did that, and not even a four-leaf clover, but a pretty big fake one. And that's actually a three-leaf clover, so never mind. It's a trick-taking game from Matago.
That's a trick-taking game? Oh, wow. That's the last thing I would have guessed for that cover. Okay. What is happening? I'm so confounded by this image. Okay.
Okay, so there's 3 rounds in each phase. Deal cards, recover relics, and hunt snakes. Because stereotypes. Anyhow, if relics are got before the snake, you know what? Whatever. It's a trick-take game. We'll talk about how it plays when it comes out.
Done.
The description here keeps talking about the theme, and that's not... I don't want to know the theme in a trick-taking game. Tell me how it plays. So... All right, the next news is pretty big news. I'm very curious about this game. Repos has announced their next party game called Fun Facts. Now, the last 2 Repos party games, Just One and So Clover, are pretty big smash hits.
Smash, huge, phenomenal.
Especially Just One. I mean,
phenomenal
So
games.
Clover, yes. So this one is the 3rd in that line, but I'm curious if this one will be the same smash kind of hit. So what it is it asks you a question. So let's see what I'm having a hard time seeing what these questions are. It's like, how many years of your life would you give up to become a billionaire instantly? So everyone's going to write their answers on these arrow pieces, and then you will stick the arrow in this lineup kind of where you think it is. Like, you'll be like, well, I would give up fewer years than Arthur, but more than Lucy. That's what that person's doing by putting it there. Then when everyone's put out their arrows, you flip them over, and any arrow that's out of order numerically gets removed, and then you get points based on the ones that are left. That doesn't sound like a bad party game, but it doesn't sound like a hit either. I'm curious. It also requires you to kind of know everyone at the table more.
Yeah. Some games are good icebreakers and get to know people. This one is, you need to have some of that already, right? It's not... Yeah. Because it might come across as judgy if you don't know those people. And you're like, oh, you are money hungry. I'm definitely below you. You don't know them, then you can't really riff on that. Yeah, it's interesting. It is a little more old school jab at the other people kind of party games. You know, the old party games that sort of made fun of one another. And that used to be the general kind of party game. Then they went either nice or Cards Against Humanity. There's not a lot in the middle anymore, and this one seems to be in the middle.
So I'm looking at I was able to increase this, and I was able to see some of these other. How many pairs of shoes do you own? Of the people at the table, how many do you think you can beat at arm wrestling? I don't know. This is kind of cute.
Sure, but do you think it has the same kind of like Just One and So Clover have almost infinite replayability? This one does not.
Agreed.
Because once you answer the shoe question, I'll remember that. I mean, I might not remember exactly, but if it's a surprising answer, like Bonacor has 40 pairs of shoes, I'll remember that.
Bonacor does not have 40 pairs of shoes.
Okay, how many pairs? Let me count how many pairs I have.
How
many do you have?
I have more now than I've ever had, and I don't know, but it's like 5. And that doesn't count like flip-flop. I mean, pool shoes and
those
stuff
count?
like that.
What are you talking about? Those count?
No, like just the stuff those are stuff I'm just going to wear to the pool in my backyard. No, I don't think they count as shoes. I got a pair of dress shoes.
Where do you buy them? In the sock department?
I don't know. I pick them up at Publix maybe. That doesn't count. If you counted everything, it would, I don't know, would be like 7 maybe. I don't know.
Wait, so you boots shoes?
I love how it took you that long to go from 5 to 7. All right, let's move on, man. This
Are
is
boots
a really
shoes?
boring shoe conversation.
All right.
Of course, boots count.
Okay, let's move on. Crossing Oceans. This is from PD Verlag and looks like an old Rio Grande cover, actually, from Matt Gertz. So I'm assuming there's a rondelle in it somewhere.
This is just a remake of the Transatlantic. It's almost the same cover.
Oh. I like how it says, you're right. It says it's considered the spiritual successor of his 2017 hit Transatlantic. I don't remember Transatlantic being a hit, but maybe I'm just remembering incorrectly.
Yeah, but the covers are almost the same, except this one is, there's more water, I think, in this image. It's almost the same ship.
All right. Well, let's go to a game that people are very excited about. Astra. This is coming from Mind Clash. It's their first game that's not going on Kickstarter, going straight to retail. Mind Clash is known for big, heavy games like Anachrony, Cerebria, Trick Carry-On. And they got a couple upcoming games. This one here, I can't pronounce any of the designers' names. I apologize. Well, no, wait. It tells me how to pronounce one. Shuba is his last name, but that's Shubal. Anyway, you know what? It's an abstract card game about discovering constellations. You have these dry erase markers where you're going to mark off these things and draw the constellations, which sounds cool. It's going to be delivering after Essen in October. You can pre-order it now.
I'm not excited about this one, I have to say.
I'm excited about everything except this picture here of the gameplay. That doesn't look interesting.
I guess that's what I mean. Yeah, I don't. That's not doing it for me. It might be great though.
No, we'll see. What do you think about this next cover, Z? After Us.
I love it. I love it. That is a stunning picture, and this game sounds great too.
So After Us. This is coming from Catch Up Games. Catch Up Games. Don't want people to get confused.
Catch Up Games.
So it's 2083 and humankind is long gone. Gone?
I found
60 years.
I found that statement to be so depressing. It's like, really? Wow.
Okay. Anyway, apes have evolved. So this is Planet of the Apes, sort of. And they've learned to use our stuff. So you're an ape tribe, and you're growing your tribe with different types of primates, and you're just trying to get 80 points of intelligence. I'm amused by this. I'll definitely play this. Of course, it has Vincent Dutrait artwork, so I'm definitely on board. And I like stuff from Catch Up normally.
It's amusing.
Yeah.
But I hopefully will be here much longer than 2083. I would really like to hope so.
Well, we'll find out. Or not. Okay, next game from Pandasars. How do you pronounce this word?
I've been saying Orichalcum.
Orichalcum? Okay.
Orichalcum. Orichalcum.
Orichalcum.
Pandasars has been on point lately with their games, so I'm always interested. This one's coming in Q4. It's a race board game, and Atlantis is doomed. And player has been sent out to clear an island of monstrous creatures to get ready to have an exodus from Atlantis. You're trying to get to 5 victory points by drawing the attentions of titans, erecting temples, and forging precious medallions. Is that how Atlantis was destroyed by titans? I never knew that.
Yeah. Well, it depends who you ask.
I don't know.
This looks really cool. Of course, it's a Bruno Catala co-design, so I'm already on board.
Yeah.
And it sounds neat. Love the look. I think there might be a picture or two out there floating around of what the stuff looks like, and it's a looker. So yeah, I'll probably enjoy this, right?
All right. Last two things have to do with digital stuff. Munchkin video game is coming from the Dire Wolf. I'm so conflicted about this because Dire Wolf is the best company for making digital games by far. Also, it's Munchkin.
They'll make a great implementation of this game. They'll make a great implementation, but
they will.
It's Munchkin. But it's Munchkin.
I wonder.
Probably it looks like things will be animated, right?
And
they probably will, and they're likely putting a lot of effort into this because it's Munchkin. Like, this is going to sell. This app is going to be picked up by a lot of people. So if it is animated, individual monsters and characters are animated, if there's a lot of, time and attention that went into this, it'll pay off big time.
Oh, for sure. Again, I don't think they're amazing at their stuff. So we'll see. All right. And then finally, Overboss, which is a spinoff of, well, not a spinoff. It's in the Boss Monster universe, but it's a very good game, actually. I really like it. Although I'm not sure I love that they're decided, because the game has that little bit 8-bit artwork, so then the video game also has the 8-bit artwork, and I'm like, okay, fine, I guess. It just seems kind of, I don't know, I just think it's weird. But anyway, I like Overboss a lot, so seeing this come out for digital is cool. It's a tile laying game where you'll draft a tile and a monster. They come in pairs, and then you're trying to put the right monsters on the right terrains, and then you score points based on monsters all have different ways to score, and terrains have different ways they score.
Okay, never played this one, but I probably will in my What's Happening show.
Mm-hmm. And it's in the Dice Tower library. So, all right, that's the news, folks. Let's keep going.
Hi, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from Meeple University. Today we're talking about this game. If you're familiar with Oink Games, you know that the box size is like this. It is indeed Oink Games. This is a 2022 Spieljahrers nominee.
Indeed.
And this plays 2 to 5 players. This is a quick card party game where you have, in 2-player game, a hand of 11 cards. And you can see here, you can flip it this way or this way, and the goal is to finish your cards from hand to get the most points. So you can play, double the number?
You can play matching sets
or
consecutive sets.
So the trick here is that you cannot move your cards from your hand. So you kind of like have to look like this is, for example, you need to probably play, for example, number 7. And then eventually you get to play number, I don't know, number 2. This is double. Well, that's actually not allowed, but let's pretend that this is not there. And then the middle is gone. Now you can play 9. And Taryn was like, what's going on? I'm just trying to show that if you somehow get the cards next to each other, then you can play it, because you can't really move it from hand.
Indeed, one of those hand order management.
Hand order management, that's the word.
There's not that many out there, like Luxor and Bonanza and a couple. It's not been a hugely popular mechanism over the journey.
But this is one, and then it's there's a few little other mechanics as well, but I reckon this will get played quite a lot.
Yeah, it's the sort of game, because it, for people of my age, it sort of calls back to Big 2, which was very popular when I was going through university, because it's sort of making the same sorts of sets and runs. So that was what it felt like to me.
Have you played Scout? Let us know. And thanks for watching. Bye.
All right, folks, that's it. Thanks for watching another Board Game Breakfast. Remember, next week we won't be here, but you got to come back later today, folks. 2 p.m. We're taking a look at 65 terrible board game covers. You are going to get to vote on them. It's going to be a bracket-based event. We're going to go to the worst board game cover of all time.
It's
At
brutal.
least of these 64. It's going to be brutal, but I think it's going to be fun. It's my birthday present to myself.
I like it. I like it.
Okay, anyway, until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Stephen Bonacore.
Have fun, whatever you're doing. I don't know.